Welcome to Corks and Convo, a podcast where we talk about real life situations. I'm your host, Regina, along with my co hosts, Shadon and Tiffany. And today we're going to be talking about things we wish we would have known at 25. Now, here's the real thing. I thought I knew something at 25, but what I know at this big grown age, I ain't know nothing. I ain't know nothing. So, ladies, let's start talking about what we wish we would have known at 25. Shadon, you want to start us off?
I wish I would have listened to my mama and
Don't.
said, this fella did not like you. So that's one of the things is honestly, I hope someone out there, anyone out there, like sometimes your mom is not your enemy. And sometimes she knows best. She sees things, especially when you are the one with the feelings and, you're trying to do all of these things and stuff like that. I wish I would have known.
Exactly.
Would have
Shadon, you know how we used to always say you can't use your power on yourself so other people can see stuff because you can't see your own power on yourself. So, yeah, it's exactly that. Yeah.
Most definitely. I would have listened to Darlene, and she won't listen to this podcast. You was right, girl. You was so right, girl. Honey, because she probably put a comment on this one. You was right, girl. So, yes, that's one of the things. I wish I would have kept my mouth closed. Like, especially with learning people. Like, I just think at a young age, I just talked too much. Like, I just had too much attitude. And I should have listened more. Like, now I'm listening more. My father even say that, like, no, shut your mouth. You can't hear what the people saying because you're saying something. So, and I'm thinking I can say any and everything.
Same. Okay, Tiff, what you got?
For me, I just wish I would have enjoyed every part of it and not put romance in the center. But I didn't think I handled it correctly because I always wanted it so bad. So I made that the center of everything. And I think I should have maybe just made more of loving me first. And that's something I definitely wish I would have knew at 25. Like, loving God, of course, but loving myself enough and first, and then not putting that romance, that fairy tale thing in the center. Because, as we know, that can go a lot of different ways. What about you?
Yeah.
I had a lot of things that I said I wish I known. Let me see. I wrote a couple of things down. So the biggest thing, one of the biggest ones I remember saying is me versus me. Like, my timeline is my timeline. I didn't have to, look at what nobody else was doing and stay focused on my own goals, my own things I wanted to do. And it was me versus me. That was one of the things that I wish I learned earlier. And the other thing that was a big one for me that I really wish I learned earlier was that focus on your goals early, work hard while you're young, because it makes your later years easier. And I feel like I fumbled the ball on that. I did that totally backwards. I was so busy trying to have fun instead of working on something, so that was that was a big one for me. And
For
sure. The other thing was the power of no. I did not know how big and how powerful that 2-letter word was and how to use it effectively. And I think that's my issue. Like, I can say it, but how to use it effectively. So it was no kickback to you if you didn't want to do it. With me being such a blunt person, it's never what I say, is always how I said it. So I needed to learn that lesson as well. It was just so many things. And then another one that I keep saying every day is that time moves so fast. The older you get, the faster it goes. That's such a big one because it's already June.
I said that.
It's already June. We were just planning for Christmas, putting on our Christmas pajamas. So I don't know. And just
Yes.
I always pick a word for the year. I really wish I would have understand the importance of being so intentional young, because
Mm,
even though you think that's a
Yes.
small thing, but when you have something to focus on, a goal to work towards, at any age, it keeps you focused and grounded. And so
Mhm.
when you have that intentionality, it's it's harder for people to knock you off your square, because you know what you want to do, you have a focus, you have a goal, and you working towards it. Child 25, I was just having a baby. I was having a baby. I was married. I had been
mm.
married for 5 years by then. Yeah, and having babies. So,
And so you was like a stepmom at what, 20?
yeah. I got Marche when I was 20 years old.
Mm,
And I had Reggie at 25.
mm. Yeah, so you was already a mama.
At
Right.
20, and thought I knew what I was doing, child. You couldn't tell me nothing in the whole world. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't Miss Ma'am, because I was married and I had a husband, girl, all of that. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had a husband, I had a house, and we living, we going on little. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Miss
Living the dream.
Mary Poppins, like I was the child. Child.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I had Davon. I think I had Davon right out of school. And if I would have listened to Darlene, because she said it, because he had already had two children, and she said, "Oh, you about to be baby mama number three." I said, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." I remember today. No, I'm not. I was baby mama number three.
Oh my God.
I was, but what I can tell you is I didn't do it again. But like you taught me, I learned. I was
Mm.
baby mama number three.
Child. Oh my
Yeah.
God. No, no,
Mhm.
no, no.
I was
Mhm.
baby mama. Let's just say Caleb has a brother the same age that he
Oh,
is.
Yeah,
it's
So,
and we did.
unfortunate,
but
but that's life. You
um,
learn.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because
Mhm.
like after a certain age, you do have to step away because things change. Life changes for you. You all go in different directions.
And I think
And
I wrote that down too. I said that friends, leaving that the stage that you're at is part of life. Like I didn't understand that I held on to
Mhm.
relationships that
right.
that had expired, that I should have let expire.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, I'm being a loyal friend, because me, Miss Cancer loyalty over here, think that I
Right.
gotta hold on to everybody I knew since the time I got a first breath of air here
Right.
on earth.
Right.
So, but I didn't realize that then, that that's a part of life. And at 25, you don't know everything. I wish it was a
No.
way for me to express that to younger people, like really for real, get the knowledge from older people and use it for real, because they didn't seen some things that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I say that. It's a little girl at my job that I talk to all the time. And I was like, no, he over here
Mhm.
listening to his church music. There's the one. She's like, no, no, no.
Mhm.
I'm like, yep, that's the one. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to take cousin right now. Like I was like, I wish that I would have listened to Miss Bertha at the job. Because honey, I'm trying to tell you that was not it. I was not listening to not a soul. But
Yeah, and another thing that I remember, that I remember thinking about, I let my fear overtake me, because I
Mhm.
had a fear of failure, so it hindered me doing some things. And so
Mhm.
as we were preparing for this one, I was talking to my mother, and I said, what is something you wish you would have known at 25? And she was like, oh my God, I don't know, I just don't know. So I asked my sister, and she said that take her credit more serious. I said, that's a very good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
But my mom asked me, when she asked me mine, and I said the same thing about the fear, you know, letting my fear hold me back from doing things. She said, "You're not like that now because you're very fearless." And I was like, "Why do everybody think I'm so fearless?" I said, "I don't think that I'm fearful now, but I am cautious about things that I do. But I still hinder myself because call myself trying to get enough information about things. So it takes me a while to move towards whatever thing I'm thinking about. And I remember my best friend one time, she said, "Learn why you do it." And I never understood that. So she was like, "You just got to jump. You got to do it." And so I still haven't quite got there, but I understand better what her point was for that.
Yeah. I think my little motto was, if you come to my door, I'ma handle it. Whichever way, whoever coming, I'ma handle it. So like if a job would come, I would take it. I think now with my career, I'm more intentional about what it is that Shadon wants versus, oh, a promotion. We see that you could do this. Or, you know, they give you more. So I'm looking at it like, oh, okay, I got more responsibility. I'm here, I'm this. I want to make sure it's my step. It's my move.
Right.
So what I want to do, what does Shadon see herself doing? And so I have to ask myself that. Like, I just was offered a promotion or whatever. And I had to sit there and I was like, what should I do? What should I do? Because normally if you at my door, I'm gonna either open it and tear it up, or I'm gonna close it. So I just was sitting there and I was like, let's not even do it if that's not where I see myself in a couple of years. I did not take it.
Oh wow, that's very good self-awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tiff?
I could tell any 25-year-old, learn. And I'm so grateful that I did that at 25. But trust me, before I got established, it was not like this. So I'll tell anybody 25 or below, learn early, get it in, learn as much as you can. It's just it. Like and having a relationship with God. That's the other thing. It's gonna make them super far.
When you're 25, right? And if somebody asks you about your relationship with God, what does that really mean at 25? Because you think you got forever to get it right at 25. You know what I mean? You feel like you got time. But next thing you know, you 50. You 50. Part. So I feel like, I don't want to say that it's the millennials' fault. I feel like I don't even know if I prepared my own kids. When I sit back here and think like, how you know how you try to learn your children's learning style? I don't think I did that well enough with them to say, this is an important nugget that you need at this age. So I think I try to do it now. I think Reggie 31. I think he's 31. I was there. I can't remember. I'm 30. I think he's 31.
I think that's it, because Davon to be 32. No, he should be 32. He was born in February.
32, because Reggie is the oldest in the month. Yeah. So Davon's birthday in a couple of days. Okay. So Davon gonna be 32. Jesus, these kids getting old. They getting old. But anyway, I feel like now I push them every 6 months. What you working on? What you doing? Like, I'm like that now because I got it. And that's another thing. People get it when they get it. Some people ain't gonna get it at 25. They might get it at 30. Look how long it took me to get it together. Like, people get it when you get it.
For sure.
And so I was a person who just wanted to do what I wanted to do.
I remember, girl, you was fly.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are totally things I know. And how you
what have you gained by going through those experiences? What have you gained?
I gained the experience. I build the muscle. You know, once you have the experience, then you know what to expect. You learn from where the last step you were at. So you're not starting from the beginning. You're starting from that step. So the experience was invaluable. And again, like I said, you build the muscle. It strengthens you. You know what to do. You know that, oh, if I got through this one, I could go to the next one. So it's that for me. Again, I feel like I got it a little late. And I want to say another thing that I learned. This is a story. This is story time. Years ago, before I even had my kids, I think I was like 18 or 19. I moved to California with my best friend and her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't even gonna tell you the whole story, but I was dating this guy. He was in the Marines, and they had shipped him overseas to Okinawa. He was driving a BMW back then, and he left his car with me
Mm-hmm.
while he was gone for, I forget, I don't want to say it was a month or 3 months or something like that. But I get to the gas station. I didn't know how to open the gas tank to fill the gas station up, because back in the day, my daddy would fill up the car because he try to monitor what you doing, where you been. And so sometimes your parents will hinder you. And I didn't understand that until that day.
Mm.
And I think I was 18 or 19. Yep. So yeah, but what do you think you learned, Shadon?
My little motto, honey, my little ringtone is how you say, I'm stressing to keep your mouth closed, because, honey, I could slam a person. But, honey, my motto is, I ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. And I was at that time when I was young. I was living my best life. But I'm out here, honestly, trying to make a guy love me. They didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, honey, and then I'm going back and forth. Honey, I should have just walked away. I should have just picked my little bag up and walked away with my integrity, with my respect.
And your stomach out.
To say it, because you know I was doing it. But yes, that, honey, I ain't going back and forth with you at all.
Yeah.
I wish that's my motto. That's my thing. That's my thing.
All right. And Tiff, what did you learn? Tiff, what did you learn? Did she?
I learned so much. I'm not my mistakes. I'm not my choices. That's what I went through at that time. It was a meaning and purpose for that. I used to beat myself across the head about it a lot, but I learned that if not going through that, I wouldn't have my relationship with Christ, like you were talking about. They have to establish that, but they can only establish it through experiences. They're going to have a personal encounter with him. And when they have that personal encounter, that's when you start building.
I get it. I definitely get it.
And that's it.
I did. You definitely will appreciate the other side when you get to the other side. But when you're going through, you can't see it all the time. But when you get on the other side, you'll appreciate it, and you'll look back. And that's why I know if he brought me through the last one, he'll bring me through this one too. So that's kind of my motto too, as I do. And one of the other two things that I had written down, one of them was the even saving small amounts early and young end up being large amounts later. If you just let it sit there, it'll grow. And then the other one I had, and I feel like that's an area that we don't get enough information on as kids. Power saving, like your credit, all those kind of things. So us as parents, we have to instill those type of things into our kids. And then the other thing I wanted to say, I wish I knew the importance, and I got a story about this, the importance of health is wealth. So I remember being 33 at church, and one of my girlfriends, my same girlfriend I have now, Renee, that's the one who got the long hair that you see me with all the time, Renee. And then it was a lady named Ricky, and Ricky is older than Renee. And they used to tell me, don't be eating sugar, don't be eating meat, stop drinking all them sodas. Like, they would tell me all the things, and they looked amazing then. So if I was 30 something, they was, I don't know, maybe in their late 40s, 50s, and they was looking good. I didn't think to say, well, if they got it together, they must be doing something right. I didn't think like that. I'm like, oh, they just I ain't listen to them. I remember I
Mhm.
was 33 years old, and every chance I get, I tell my girlfriend, because both of them still look good. They ain't fighting nothing like I'm over here fighting. And
I wish
Mhm.
somebody would have told me that on that field. Because, honey,
what
I was walking with you, eating junk.
you in a steak? That was you in a steak all the time. You
And,
in a
honey,
steak.
I can't even process it now with my old self. And I
See,
love a steak, honey. I tear
see.
it up and take all the teeth out, but I can't even process it. So it's like,
Yeah, but I really wish I would have understood how important that was. I
mhm,
dated a guy who I used to say he was a fitness fanatic. Like he was running miles and
Mhm.
riding his bike hundreds of miles, and he was doing all the things right. And he taught me a lot about health and fitness and things like that. I really wish I would have adhered to it a little bit more. Even the kid's father, he was into like the naturopathic things, like
Mhm.
eating, like I remember he introduced me to tofu and drinking aloe vera and doing acupuncture and all of those things. And I was just like, well, these people crazy. That's how I was thinking back then. These people crazy, because he worked at this job and it was like Afrocentric. And so they would do this thing on Friday nights where they would do like, now it's the thing. Now I realize what they were doing. They would do like uh show you how to juice and do different
Mhm.
things like that. And how they would be doing yoga and all the things. And I'm like this, I'm up there sitting there dying the whole time, like, oh my God, can this be over? Like that's what's in my head instead of soaking in the knowledge. So I really wish I would have adhered to um,
mm,
some of those things earlier and understood that what you do in your 20s and 30s affects them 50s, the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So
Yes,
mhm.
yeah.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
said that to my grandson just a few minutes ago. I was like, please do not demolish. Like you go to Popeyes, you get 3 pieces of chicken. But when you hear he eat 15, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see you up in heaven real quick. Cause this is gonna take you out. I was like, the food has so many hormones in it. And I believe a lot, goes along with our bodies and things like that.
I
So I'm
agree. And I see it all the time at the hospital. And I was just having this conversation this past weekend. I was like, things that used to be the old folks diseases and ailments, the young folks got them. I have never seen so many 20s and 30 year old guys who are having seizures and strokes that I see in that emergency room. And then also none of their penis work. They coming in because their penis won't get erect, or the guy
Mhm.
said the other day he took a pill from the gas station and it's been erect so long it's hurting. Like, and they like 30, he was
Oh, wow.
32, and I was like, 32 and
Mhm.
you need a pill already? Like, I think they putting stuff in the weed. I think the food is
They
so
are. They
processed.
are.
I think
They
all of
are.
the things, but you can't tell them nothing.
You
So
can't tell them nothing. I used to love to smoke weed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, I'm gonna get on here and be honest, but I won't touch that stuff. I won't touch that stuff because they put all kinds of stuff in
it
there.
smells
You
horrible.
don't know what you get no more. Even like people buying pills from people. You don't know what's in them pills.
Mm-mm.
mhm, I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. And that's why I have to give my nephew so much kudos. I don't even think he know I tell people this story
No.
about him all the time, but my nephew Demetrius, I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name or not, but my nephew Demetrius got a full scholarship to go to college to play football. He was on the line. He was 300 and something pounds when he went, like in the early three numbers, when he went to college to play football. He played, and then he got hurt and had to have surgery. And he said to himself, nobody told him to do this, but he decided that I don't want to sit here and just gain weight because I can't move. So he started eating one meal a day. And now Demetrius is almost, he more than 80 pounds down. He's probably, I know he got to be 100 pounds down.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Mhm.
he got to be 100 pounds down. So, and so what happened was in February, we took my son out for his birthday. I watched my nephew at the table. Now, you know how they put the bread and oil and all that on the table for you to eat. So me, my mom, my sister, we eating the bread, the oil, we ordering appetizers. Like we enjoying it. And Demetrius is so unbothered by us, so unbothered by the food. So I think me and my mom got crab cakes, and my son might even got a crab cake, and my sister got some wings or something. Demetrius got a salad, but he asked for extra chicken on it, and I just watched him. He ain't care nothing about the bread. He ain't care nothing about none of that stuff. And so I was like, he got something going on. You know, the next day I started doing that, eating one meal a day, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
so
do.
and so now what I learned from him is he had been doing it so long, you don't have the food noise anymore. You know how you worried about what you're going to eat. I don't have any of that, to the point that my supervisor, she came in my office and she said, "You don't even get up and go to lunch?" No, because I ain't going to eat. So I sit here and I work. I go home, and then I get home around 4. And so when I get home around 4, then I eat.
Okay.
And I eat my one meal, and that's it. And so on during the day, I sip on water. And when I leave out of here in the morning, I have this cup I take everywhere with me, and I put a little apple cider vinegar in it. I squeeze some lemon in it and water, and I sip on that, during the morning, and I'm pretty much fine. And then if I'm thirsty, I got another bottle in the cabinet at my desk. And I really don't have the food noise. Like, it is 6:51. I haven't eaten nothing today.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me see how long, because I use the fasting app, and I want y'all to see how long since I had food. I can't see it right. Can you see it? Can you see it? 21 hours. It is, and I try to anytime after 20 hours. I feel like that's good for me, so I'll eat. But yeah. So these people have brainwashed us into thinking we got to eat breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. They brainwashed us because they wanted to sell their cereal.
Well, I don't know, because I feel like
awesome.
My grandmother, until she was like 90, and it wasn't all this hormone stuff in the food. I keep saying it. Like my grandmother, lived a long time without, like being sick. Like you see a whole lot of cancer patients, like you got, like it's just stuff. It's just stuff. It's the chicken wings look like your whole doggone thigh, and like all of that stuff is just they putting something in it. Even on the grapes, on the fruit. Like I was like, how do you keep looking like?
I'm telling you, they are.
So
they are.
I agree that they definitely putting some in the food, and that's why I don't eat food. I don't eat any fruit that don't have no seed in it. I don't want it. You can have that genetically modified stuff on your own.
Yeah.
This my season for watermelon. I love watermelon, and it's this man. He over there by my college, and so when I get off on Fridays, I get me 2 big watermelons because he got seeds in them. Whatever. You can't even find a watermelon in a regular grocery store with seeds no more. I even have a problem finding lemons with seeds in it. And I'm telling you, as much as I'm drinking this water out this cup and I got to spit the seeds out, I don't care. I know that.
Right.
If you look in Genesis, the first book of the Bible, read it. I'm going to find it. And it tells you that God gave us everything. The plant with seeds in it. It said. So that's when I knew. I was like, and that was another lesson I learned from the old dude. But we supposed to have things with seasoning. So now I'm doing better, and that's another lesson, y'all. For me, I've always been very hard on myself. I've been hard on myself, but it's never too late to try to do better for yourself. That's a lesson as well.
No, exactly. Yes, exactly.
All right, Tiff, you want cheers?
Thank you for joining us for another
night, second season.
The last one of the second
Episode
season.
We did that, ladies